changing our world through storytelling. The teacher's dilemma. The solution to our problems is discipline. This was Mr. Ahiador's favorite quote, and no lesson of his ended without him repeating it. Whenever his name was mentioned, the only thought that came to mind was that someone had broken the rule and had been referred to Mr. Ahiador to be disciplined. To him, an offense is an offense, and the offender should be made to face the full rigors of the law. As a teacher on duty, every child recited the rules and regulations of the school at assembly. That ignorance of the rules will not be a defense in the case when one was caught. Atinka was a notorious boy and never saw eye to eye with Mr. Ahiador. Mr. Ahiador was always on the lookout for Atinka, not because he hated him, but he wanted to put him back on track, to help him to grow to become a responsible adult in future. Atinka did not see Mr. Ahiador that way. He always referred to Mr. Ahiador as mean. On the 8th of May 2024, Atinka was caught jumping the school wall to buy fried yam and turkey tail. The school rule stated clearly that no one was allowed to buy anything outside the school during school hours. Atinka's act was committed at 10:30 a.m. during school hours. Atinka appeared before the committee headed by Mr. Ahiador. Atinka organized some of his friends who shared the same thoughts as him regarding Mr. Ahiador. He appeared to be a thorn in their flesh. They hatched a plan to disgrace him. Atia thought it would be a fine idea if Mr. Ahiador was implicated in a bribery scandal by a parent to influence a ward's grades to be the best and take all the prizes at the end of the academic year. This plan was carefully crafted and thought through. Like roles in a movie, scripts were given, meetings were held, rehearsals were done for it to seem real. The disciplinary committee had their investigations ongoing and met periodically to find a suitable punishment for Atinka using the school rules and regulations. Atinka knew he would definitely be suspended, but he cared less. As was usually done, prior to PTA meetings, parents were reminded to put their suggestions in the suggestion box for it to be addressed. Atinka and his cohorts wrote a petition without a name and mentioned that the parents did not want her ward to be victimized. On the day before the PTA meeting, Mr. Ahiador went for all the suggestions in the box and read through. He left the sheets on his table. On the day of the meeting, Mr. Ahiador forgot the papers and sent one of the boys to get them for him. At that time, the meeting was ongoing. The boy he sent was one of Atinka's allies. He went for the petition and added it to what was on the table. He placed it at the bottom. Mr. Ahiador, on receiving them, began to read them one after the other. He didn't recall reading the last one the day before. The content was such that it did not have his name on the first page. He thought it was one of the teachers, and knowing who he was, continued to read till he turned to the next page and his name appeared boldly there. The content got everyone present listening with rapt attention and eager to hear who the culprit was. Mr. Ahiador could not mention his own name. He melted into his chair. The head teacher, Mr. Kwashi, together with some teachers and parents, rushed to send him to the hospital. Others were curious to find out who it was. One of the parents chanced on the sheet and saw Mr. Ahiador's name. She shouted, "Oh no!" and this caught the attention of the others around. "What a strange world," one teacher remarked. So the discipline Mr. Ahiador always preached was all pretense. Atinka and his friends heard what happened and could not wait to celebrate their success. It took months for Mr. Ahiador to recover. He prayed fervently for the truth to be revealed. He could not stand the disgrace, knowing how innocent he was. He resigned. Months later, he got an appointment to head a school in the central region. He was reluctant to accept the offer, but upon second thought, he needed a job to take care of his family. He accepted the offer and relocated. Time went by, and Atinka kept progressing in his notorious activities. He joined some friends who engaged in pickpocketing and convinced his friends with whom he planned to disgrace Mr. Ahiador to be part. One day after school, they saw a man in his late 30s walking towards the bus stop. Atinka picked his wallet from his pocket and ran and jumped the cemetery wall. He failed to land well and broke his thigh bone. Unfortunately, Atinka was caught. The gentleman he robbed was a military man in mufti. End of story. Evil does not go unpunished. My dear friends, whatever you do, think twice. Whoever disciplines you does not hate you, but wants to correct the wrong and help you be a better version of yourself. Allow yourselves to be corrected. Let's take note of these key words. Ally, spelled A-L-L-Y, meaning one associated with another as a helper, a person or group that provides assistance and support in an ongoing effort, activity, or struggle. Implicate, spelled I-M-P-L-I-C-A-T-E, meaning show someone to be involved in a crime. Scandal, spelled S-C-A-N-D-A-L, meaning an action or event regarded as morally or legally wrong and causing general public outrage. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Your comments are also appreciated. A story a day, changing our world through storytelling.